Alright. It has been a while. As you can see, I still don't have teeth. As you can hear, I should say. Um, that's kind of kept me away. But I'm just gonna play some games here, man. Um, Playing American Truck Simulator, which I started a new career. I'm playing as a lady here, so I got a pink truck, and yeah, I don't know. It's a phase I'm going through. Whatever. But I don't really know what to talk about or what to do. Let's start with the game first. I am in Dodge City. I just picked up a Garden City here, and I've got to go all the way down to Little Rock here. Yeah, that's the plan. So Dodge City to Little Rock is pretty much this trip that I'm on. Um, I've got a trailer. I got my own trailer right now, and I filled it full of packed goods, and I'm taking it to Little Rock, Arkansas. If you're curious on how I do this, I got everything set to cruise control. I got the cruise control set to shift and control, so I can just use my pinky to raise the speed in increments of 5 whenever I want. That's just really super easy way to play the game. I don't have a professional setup. I'm doing everything with the keyboard. Okay, we're gonna lose a lane up ahead here. I wonder if I can beat these people. This truck right here, I'm in a race with that truck right there, but he'll probably beat me. They're faster off the line, and anyway. And I'm probably gonna stop and get that camera thing up ahead there. I try to hit those when I can. I have fatigue turned off because it's just inconvenient. I would leave it on if I could rest anywhere, but the fact that I have to... Come on, car. What the hell are you doing? The fact that I have to pick and choose my rest stops, sometimes you can end up 100 miles from a rest stop when you're getting tired. I don't like that. There's many more places to stop than they allow for in this game. Roadsides, off ramps. Anyway, let's go through the animation here. Dodge City animation. And just so you know, I get political, and that's part of the why I stayed away, because I just it gets exhausting. I'm a deranged, lunatic, leftist, terrorist sympathizer, according to our president. And if you agree with him, you might as well tune out now. I'm none of those things, man. I think if you love something and you don't hold it to account, you're not in love. You're in a cult. You have to hold everything to account. Everything has a condition. You love your kid, but you're still going to turn them in when they end up a serial killer. I hope you are. It the discussion we're all having here is not a political one. It's a moral one. Everybody is hiding bad morality behind the guise of their politics. And yeah, Dodge City. That's where we're at. Check it out, people. You guys are getting all the sights. Let's take a look at our truck out here a little bit. I guess I could sleep and drive during the day. I could sleep right here. Wonder if I should. Nighttime driving kind of sucks. It sucks for the scenery, but it's peaceful. Get that peaceful, easy feeling. I'm gonna sleep. I'm filming this what a day and a half after the big hockey win when the U.S. hockey team beat Canada, which was pretty fucking amazing when you think about the fact that Canada started that period with the top three hockey players in the world on the ice. Makar, McKinnon, and McDavid. I mean, all the mix. Those guys are the best players in hockey, and that goalie for America, it was incredible. It's an incredible feat what they did beating Canada. Canada is, will win that game and win that series fucking 99 out of 100 times. That's that's where the math is on that. And then Kash Patel comes in and pisses all over it. I mean, the hockey team themselves pissed all over it. It's that guy had no fucking reason to be there. The people, whoever let him in, just threw the entire team under the bus, put an asterisk next to their name. And I feel this way because the time of reasonable apathy about Donald Trump and these politics is over. That there is no reasonable level of apathy when you're dealing with murderers and gaslighting on a historic level and fucking robbery, thievery, corruption, pedophilia. The shit and that's not a leftist take. There's documented mountains of evidence in his own fucking behavior backs up this shit. I'm sorry, I get fucking really pissed off. I don't know how we got to this point. I do know how we got to this point. It's Fox fucking News, man. You can't really fault people and call them delusional when their delusions are affirmed by the number one news station. I mean, everything that you think is crazy about MAGA and that right wing world right now, if Fox News says, hey, no, the radical Democrat terrorists are the crazy ones. The compassion, caring, integrity, all those things are fucking bad words now. And it's the left didn't do that. No, no, that's. I mean, it stands to reason. One side is arguing for civil rights, and the other side is saying that you're a terrorist if you argue for civil rights. I mean, they're literally using that language. So, Antifa is a terrorist organization. Well, being anti-fascist just means you're pro-civil rights. That's all that means. It's a fucking crazy world we live in, man. So yeah, it's easy to just stay away and not fucking do anything for months. That plus my teeth missing. I'm really self-conscious about that. But you know what? Modern medical science does not have a comfortable fucking set of teeth for me. I don't care what they try to do. I lost the ones that I had, and now I'm not meant to have teeth. That's just the way that is now. Oh, we got a hard break coming because the train. Chookaloo. Choo choo choo. Industry in motion. I like the truck. Pink, baby. See, I got boobs. See my boobs? I can't say boobs. That's the worst fucking part of no teeth. You can't say boobs. Try it. Take out all your teeth and say boobs. It's infuriating. I don't know why I'm playing with the trailer. It's not. I don't know why it doesn't seem to be beneficial to really play with the trailer. That it limits your options as far as what you can pick up and where you can pick up from, and you get a 10% bonus. But I don't think that 10% bonus is worth the extra driving time and the hassle. The parking time alone, it's like to get this thing loaded, I have to back it in everywhere I go, and I can kind of do that, but it's slow. You'll see when I get there. I gotta do a delivery. I don't know how long I'm gonna record. We'll see how long my computer lets it last. I have not upgraded to Windows 11, and Microsoft is punishing me for that. Another thing that's going on in this world right now is what we used to think of as free and fair computing is now being taken away from us, and our experience is becoming corporatized, and Windows 11 feeds you shit to your desktop. That that shouldn't be, man. It's just I'm all for white box computing. The operating system should just operate the computer, and all the extra bullshit should be from fucking other programs that you want to install yourself. It shouldn't come prepackaged and forced down your throat in a Windows experience. My next computer is going to be Linux for sure, because I am not going to Windows 11. But right now my Windows 10 computer, never know if this video is just going to stop recording because Bill Gates fucking was on Epstein Island. He was too, fucker. And I'm for burning all them fuckers, man. Bill Clinton, in my mind, was one of the greatest presidents we ever had because, in my opinion, the height of America was like 1997. That was the last time, houses were affordable, food was affordable, everybody had jobs, we weren't at war, taxes were proportionate, and say what you want about Bill Clinton, but he espoused a middle out economy, which emphasized middle class spending, and that's that's where that's where America's greatness has always been, is in middle class spending. And but fuck him if he's proven to be hanging out with fucking 15-year-old girls. Fuck him. My honest opinion on it, my the way I feel about it, it might sound like I'm covering for him, but I'm not, is that I think there's a difference between him and Donald Trump, is that they're both womenizing assholes, but one of them loves women too much. Donald Trump hates women. Clinton loves women too much. There's a difference between those two types of womenizers, and I have a hard time imagining Bill Clinton paying for sex, but I have no problem realizing Epstein whispering in his ear, "Hey, this girl's really into you. Go in there," and then the girl, doing her part, really into him, and Clinton never really knowing that the whole thing was a fucking sleazeball setup like that. Because I think for Clinton, part of it is the seduction. For people that love women, they like seducing women. They don't want it handed to them on a silver platter. Women actually lose points when they're easy, and I don't know. It. I am not trying to make excuses for him. I think he was in Epstein Island. I don't think he knew the extent of what was going on there, but I definitely think he got his dick wet there. I mean, so he's guilty. They all are. You're not knowing a crime is not, what is it? Ignorance of a crime is not a defense, is what they say in the court of law. So, yeah, hang them all. But that's the difference between, MAGA cultists and the left wing. Is the left wing will kick uh, Al Franken out of the party for a picture that's no different than what Bob Hope used to do. I mean, he was at the USO tour doing a little fucking sexist gag like Bob Hope would have done 1,000 times. But Al Franken, in a different time, gets kicked out of the Democratic Party because we experience shame. The Republicans don't experience that shame. They and you can't shame the shameless, and that's why the media's normalized everything Republican because you know if you do something horrible and the media catches you in it, if you say I'm sorry, I was horrible, I should have known better and done better. What the fuck's going on up here? If you say that shit, what is going on? You're just gonna sit there at the fucking light. Seriously. The fuck is wrong with you? Huh? Anyway, I don't even know where I was. What was I talking about? I got sidetracked by driving. The world is just fucked up right now. It's backwards and it's Fox News, man. It really is. We got to stop Fox News because they're not news. That they're just state fucking state TV for Donald Trump and the Republican Party, and that would be okay if they weren't just outright lying about shit, and lies by omission are still lies. When that whole Pam Bondi thing with the Epstein, when she's in there being questioned by Congress, that did not make the headlines on Fox News. That was nowhere on there. What was on the front pages for those days was all about Bill Clinton and some other bullshit to do with the Olympics. They just I live in Lauren Boebert's district in Colorado, and I don't blame my neighbors when for their delusions when the number one news television station is saying they're not delusional. That I'm delusional. They come by their delusions honestly. We need to do something about Fox News. Anyway, I'm gonna smoke pot and try my best to ignore the state of the world to get behind Slowpoke McGee here. I'm going around you. Parasa de Milda is what that is. That means piece of shit in Spanish. In case Bad Bunny didn't teach you that. And that's some shit too, that whole fucking Super Bowl. God, man, what a crazy world. And it's all manufactured. That's manufactured fucking anger. That that I I don't think my neighbors gave a shit about Bad Bunny until Fox News told them how horrible it was. It's I just I don't think they fucking care about that shit. They're basically terrorists. That's what Fox News is. They're spreading political fucking terror. They're terrorists. I just like playing this game. It's relaxing and chill. It's a road trip waiting to happen. I do not have Louisiana. That's the only DLC I do not have. I'm gonna wait until Illinois and South Carolina come out. I tend to buy all the DLCs at the end of a year. You know, like every year there's a sale around Christmas time, and I pick up the ones from that year. I am not a fan of the subscription model of gaming that this is going. You know, that I have to keep investing in it, but I will. They're going to finish it. I have faith this company will finish America at one point, or the United States, not America, as Bad Bunny has taught us. Everything's political. The people are like, I don't want to get political. It's like, dude, you're political whether you fucking know it or not. Just like Rush says, you know, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Um, Apathy is, or ignorance are no excuse. You know, you're still affecting the world around us in your non-vote. You know, if you're not out there voting against the most evil, you support the most evil when it wins. It's that simple. Ay ay ay. Speaking of evil, there the man is gonna get me. I gotta come into this fucking way station in Oklahoma, which is arguably the worst fucking place in America. I mean, the most red, with their backward fucking constitution, church in school, abortionless fucking bullshit. They are the worst offenders when it comes to fucking destroying civil rights. Let's not forget like the bar they burned down like in the 30s, the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. It's funny. I listen to podcasts every now and then. I watch those IHIP ladies. They're these two blonde ladies, Jennifer Welch and Pump somebody. They 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 have the right tone of self-righteous anger that I believe our political system requires right now. And they are from Oklahoma. Those two bitches are. I call them bitches, but I say that with. I'm from the '80s, man. I can't help it. I still say fag. I can't untrain my mind that way, and I don't mean it in a harmful way. If anything, I might have some fucking homosexual leanings myself. You know, that I'm in a pink truck driving around as a chick. Um, but I can't. To me, it never meant though that homosexual over there. It was just the word that we used to describe somebody that was being a doofus, being weird, being out of character or hypocritical or ironic or just I don't know. It was never meant to be that the anger word that context matters. How you use a word matters, man. It really does. That if somebody doesn't mean hate when they say something, don't treat them like they hate you. You know, it's. But if they're saying something hateful, you have a right to call it out. But figure out why they're saying it. Is it ignorance or is it hate? You know, because those are two different things. Ignorance can be learned, you know, and fixed. But hate, you know, that's a whole nother thing there. You know. And that really is the question, you know, of of the whole Trump fucking era is, you know, are you ignorant or are you hateful? You know, it's I tend to give a lot of a slide to ignorance because I understand the power of Fox News. But then there's this part of me that thinks, you know, if you're ignorant to Donald Trump now, you're hopeless and everybody should have a clue, which makes you a bad person. It's not that you don't know better. It's that you don't care. That shit. I don't know, man. I can't say shit either. It's my S's and my shit. I always had a speech impediment. You know, when I was my like grade 1 through 5, I was in speech class because I slurred my S's, and now it's even worse without my teeth. It's fuck. I could get gas right here. I'm gonna do it. Try to get gas whenever my tank gets below 100 or below 50%, and I have an easy access here, so I'm gonna do it. Drinking Big K Citrus Drop, which is the King Soopers version of Mountain Dew. King Soopers is Kroger Foods, owned by Walmart, I think. Probably. I think everything is ultimately owned by Walmart at some point. Like the Broncos are, that's for sure. Fucking I hate that. The NFL, don't get me started on all that shit. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way. These guys are going to pass me, and they're going to slow me down. I'm just going to... What you can kind of do in those situations is double lane it. I could have easily got in the middle, ride that white line and blocked them. They would have slowed down, stayed behind me. There's no real penalty for that. But the problem I have is when they cut out in front of me because they're passing me now as I'm doing 55. But by the time I'm doing 65, I'll be passing them, and like this Walbert truck, he wants to get it. He wants to get out there and go faster, but don't have the balls. I ain't got the balls, son. This is Pantera. That's right, I ain't got the balls, because I'm a lady. I always thought I was meant to be born a lady, man. That's a legitimate thought that I've had throughout my life. Because I get emotional movies and cry at things, and I don't know. I'm kind of a beta, totally am. But you wouldn't know it to look at me because I'm a big looking masculine man, and so like the alphas leave me alone and treat me as one of their own, but I'm not. Shit you don't learn about yourself until you get a little older. Oh, speaking of Tulsa, here's the home of that fucking... They had a massacre, I think it was in the 1920s or 30s. About 100 black people or something like that got killed in a fucking bar that got burned. Some shit like that. I hope I'm not perverting history, but I'm certain that was Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Are you making me turn here? Was I supposed to go straight? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I am going the wrong fucking way. Oh, looks like we're going this way. Fucking these. I get lost. I can't follow the lines on the map down there. It's not always clear what it's meaning. I wonder if I can pull some shady shit here. Not quite. If I could just do a U-E right here over this curb. I mean, I could totally drive over that grass. It's a video game, man. The only thing stopping me is the little posts on the ground. Oh well, I think we have to play it right. I have to go all the way up here. I've been bad and I gotta suffer for my sins. I come to you 'cause I need guidance to be true. And I just don't know where I can begin. Fiona Apple. See? I'm a chick. Only a chick would sing Fiona Apple. Such a sexist thing to say. I'm a pig. I really am. I don't think I am. Nope, I am a champion for progressives and a staunch defender of civil rights. And that if I'm saying something that sounds like I am not one of those things, it's ignorance and a stupid desire to say something entertaining, even if sensational and inflammatory. I'm going. You're just gonna have to wait, Mr. Dump Truck. He turned. He got off on the highway. Where am I anyway? Oh yeah, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Somewhere around there. I have 11 hours to get there. Oh, I need to smoke pot. Got some dynamite weed this last time, man. Just killer shit. I don't go up here, do I? I don't go up here, do I? No, I don't. See, that's fucking confusing right there. Head out on the highway. I'm gonna not yield. I assume I have it. Mingo Road. Mongo was in Blazing Saddles I believe a famous Bronco on the Ring of Fame, George Mingo, something like that. So that's a word I've heard before. That's the point in all that. No, I'm just doing this because I haven't filmed in a while, but I don't get much social activity, so this is my way of mouthing off for a bit socially, living my isolated life. Not having teeth has kind of slowed down my desire to go out in public a whole lot, becoming a little more agoraphobic than I already was. Oh, they're gonna lose a lane. That's why I'm in this lane. I know that when there are 3 lanes to choose from, one of the 2 outside lanes is a lie. We should be in Texas by now, shouldn't we? Chateau Pryor. That sounds like some Oklahoma shit. I hate Oklahoma. I really do. I think they're the worst state in the country. I think Florida makes a lot more noise, but Oklahoma is quietly the worst place in the country as far as backwards living. And I don't understand, like, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the great basketball team and great players, but you guys can make millions and play someplace else. You don't have to stay in such a backwards fucking place. Don't. God, I don't get it. That's how I feel about the hockey team. It's like the moment you saw Cash Patel in your fucking locker room, why didn't you leave? There's no way in hell you would catch me on video partying with him. It would never fucking happen. If I knew that situation was arising, I would extricate myself from the situation. Simple. It's fucking not gonna happen. Love America. Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Hey, why shoot yourself in the foot? What a historical fucking. It was a huge, huge victory to win that game. Huge. I can't say that enough. And then you fucking end it like that. That's how it's going to be remembered. Not that you fucking beat history first time in 40 years. It's it's going to be no that you capitulated to a fucking terrorist, to a Nazi. You were part of the fucking ruling regime. Third Reich fucking bullshit. It's I mean, I think if you're an Olympian, you have a right to stay out of the politics of things. But choosing to stick in that conversation right there was actively participating in the politics of things. It, no matter, I, yeah, there's, I don't know, just bullshit. I don't know what this fucking country's come to. I mean, back in like 1979, first grade, when I was fucking going to class, we were being taught about slavery, but we were being taught that this happened, and in America's fallible, and what makes America great is that we are trying to be better. That's how it was presented to us. But now that saying that is considered DEI. You're a bad guy, for acknowledging the truth of our fucking history. I just don't. It's the gaslighting that I can't handle. I mean, I can handle nefarious ideology. Just don't tell me what my eyes and ears see and hear isn't what I see and fucking hear. That that's where I draw the line, and they're so good at it and horrible at it that it yeah it seeps over into everything. It's and and yeah, it may seem like fucking Trump is living rent free in my head, and that's because he is literally everywhere. He's in everything. Anything that fucking pops up in pop culture, he puts his fucking stamp on. He tries to get his name on. He bribes people and intimidates them into literally putting his name on it. It's he is fucking inescapable. Cult of fucking personality, inescapable, psychotic, and it's fucking God. I hate this fucking country. I'm going through this life, bitches. Gotta get on a highway here now. Going to Fayetteville, Arkansas. I've been there. There's a big Walmart warehouse, distribution warehouse there. When I was 19 years old, I rode over the road with my father, who's an over the road truck driver. I rode with him for almost a year there and saw this country one into the other. It's fantastic experience, But Fayetteville, I remember it. What's weird about Arkansas is a lot of it. What I remember was like swampy. It's fucking built. The highway's built on these bridges going over a lot of swamp. It was surprising to me. I didn't expect that from Arkansas. And now we're in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Arkansas is the birthplace of Bill Clinton and the current Huckabee family running the show. Sarah Huckabee. God, that bitch rose to fame by being a mouthpiece for Trump. I don't get it. That's another thing that kills me about the Republican Party. It's like I get that you want to be this alternative politics, but isn't there a line you draw in the sand that says the character of this person is too awful to represent me? That just does not seem to exist in the Republican Party. It doesn't matter how awful the person is. If he's saying he's Republican or pro Trump, he's fucking in. And that I don't get it. So yeah, I talk a lot of shit about politics, and I can't help it. You should be too, with everybody you know. If you've gotten this far in this, you're probably fucking talking to people. Let's see where are we at here. I couldn't quite read that sign. Bobby Humphrey. Okay, I'm gonna take this moment here in the tunnel to take a look at the map for one. See where I'm at. Okay, yeah, Fayetteville, going to Little Rock. We're going to be there shortly. Um, I'm going to load some pot into my one hitter because I can't do that and drive. I like the Peterbilts, but that's become less of a problem now that they have these on-screen widgets. Because the main reason I like the Peterbilt is it had an easy-to-read dashboard that I could see the cruise control and shit. But now that's not really a thing. But I still stayed with the Peterbilt for some reason. All right, let's head back out on the highway, looking for adventure. So all my driving is pretty much done with the one hand. I have my turn signals tagged to Q and E, so I can use the WASD for driving and the Q and E for the turn signals. And my cruise control is control and shift, so they're basically right underneath my palm right now as I'm doing this, and a pinky tap away from adjusting. And that way I'm never really using the throttle except to stop and take off at lights. Like right there, the advisory sign said to go down to 45, so I tap it twice down to 45. But I think I can give it a little more go here. Tap it once more up to 55. The lane on ramps are almost always available to you, so you can pretty much just jump right out there. You don't really have to worry about that. Thankfully, that's one thing this game does right. Is, you want traffic and you want a certain amount of obstacle, but you also want it to be a video game, and there's only so much obstacle that you can handle when it's scaled down like this. So as I can speed up, it is 70 here. I'm sitting here smoking pot, and I don't realize. I have been playing other games too. I haven't felt like recording, man, mainly because my voice. I'm getting used to the idea that this is how my S's are going to sound for the rest of my life. But I've always liked my voice, and now I don't. I used to think that my voice was a strength that I had. That there was a time when I thought I'd make a good radio broadcaster or something like that. I had that kind of voice, and now I've got this slurring, toothless S's. But I feel better, dude. I will say that, dude. Fuck. Good hit. That's like I said earlier, it's good fucking pot. No, I feel better. I used to have sinus problems all the time, and teeth problems all the time. My teeth have been problems all my life, and I am the last of my siblings and including both my parents, to still have teeth when I got my teeth removed. So, excuse me, it's a genetic thing, that Eastern European heritage we have. That we have gangly fucking teeth, and they all fall out of our head. Now, if you saw me just on a glance, you would think I was MAGA. I look like something Douglas Adams drew to represent MAGA. If you know who Douglas Adams is, he did the Far Side cartoons, and yeah, I'm a straight up caricature of a MAGA. I've got long hair, unshaven, you know, 6 foot tall, 200-pound fucking dude, and I'm missing all my teeth now, and so yeah, 100%. You'd look at me and go, "That dude voted for Trump," but that's just not the case. Looks can be deceiving. No. Oh, man, it's my camouflage. You know, like I said, I live in Lauren Borbert's district, so if I want to go to the King Supers, I gotta look like the locals. But that's not even true. I listened to metal music all my life. I've always been a long-haired hippie. You know, and that's something that I can honestly say, and I get pushback from my own side for this, but I have been profiled by the police multiple times. I have been picked up because I had long hair and a jean jacket. They treated me every bit the same way that they treat when they see a black person. They think we don't have money. They think we're up to no good, and then they do shit to us. And being a metalhead in 1989 was exactly the same as being a black person in the cop's eyes. So yeah, I've dealt with that shit my entire life. The only difference is now I'm getting a pass because I look like those guys do in their off time, you know. And when the cop gets off work and goes home and gets into his sweatpants, he becomes me. it, it's so I get a pass, and I recognize that's my white privilege. That yeah, I recognize it, but I also know that that the overwhelming majority of racism in institutional racism isn't about skin color and is about money and them not thinking that a certain skin color should have money. That I was pulled over by a cop one time and got in an accident, and we moved the cars. The cars were moved from the intersection, but it was the other guy's fault. But he was driving a nicer car than I was, and when the cop showed up, he listened to everything that other guy said, and you know we ended up getting it overturned in court when we could prove that the cop couldn't possibly know and that what he was saying didn't match up. But fuck you and your red light. I can't make this turn. I hate that. Why do I get a red light? What? Ah. But anyway, the the DA said that it's based on affluency. That's where cops make their judgments. They judge everything in society based on whether or not they think you have money. It becomes racist when they say that black person shouldn't have money. And when they don't think you have money, you're open game to be fucked with. It's just that simple. Money runs everything. They want you bickering about the color of skin, but it really is the color of your wallet. Can't believe I just had a $700 ticket. Looking right here at the end. All because I did a right hand turn on red. Dummy me. Okay, where do you want me to go with this? Over there, okay. But you can kind of get away with that. Right hand turns on red are they're legal in the United States unless posted otherwise. And this game lets you do it in a lot of places, but it's like sometimes it registers. No, you're going straight, aren't you? You're gonna do an illegal fucking run through the intersection, but I don't know. The game misread me. So I got a little throat cough from that last hit. Let me take a drink here. All right. Let's see. Um, they got any current company jobs? I doubt it. I think I'm gonna keep upping the gas, but I want to get into hauling good shit. And what could I put in my trailer? Could I put not gases? Explosives maybe? I don't know about any of that. I'm just gonna go for the economy. All right. Hey, they do have jobs here. Steve Jobs. Go to Houston. Let's take this job. Go to Houston. $16,000. Sure, why not? Um, where do we got to go to pick this up? Right over there. Okay. This is gonna take a minute because I can do it, but I'm slow and I'm not very good. In real life, I'm actually excellent at this shit. I've backed many a trailer into things. What gets me here is the acceleration and deceleration, and the spatial awareness is not like matched up to reality. See right there, I meant to go the other. I I mix up. Ah, I get the controllers backwards. Woo, that was close. This light pole here is kind of fucking with me. Come on, turn, damn it. Ah, you piece of shit. Wrong button. See, I'm getting the controls mixed up. I know I've got to accelerate, but I decel. I know I've got to fucking turn left, but I turn right. And these are things that in with the steering wheel just comes naturally. It just uh nerve wracking. Oh, you know what? Fuck the police. Stop. All right. I got it this time. Pokey pokey McTokey. This is gonna deserve some pot celebration when I get back. Come on, turn it. Get the. Uh, me close enough. Close enough. Close enough. Hey, we got there. We'll load up. 10 p.m. Man, we're good to go. Now, how do I get out of here? Around this building, huh? Over the scale and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The truck knows the way to follow the sleigh. Blah 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 blah. See, I just don't have the spatial awareness. I don't like I in a vehicle. I can easily see everything around me, but out here it's. Did not mean to turn the turn signal on. Come on, people now. Drive on the shoulder. Everybody get together. Drive your Freightliner right now. I'm just gonna trust there's no train here. Gark. Gark Industries. Where are we going with this load anyway? Little Rock, we're going down. We're going down. Galveston. Oh, hey. We're gonna go right through the heart of Republican country. Actually, no, there's a lot of blue in these cities. Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. A lot of blue. In fact, that's why they're trying to do that real ID bullshit. It's you know elections are handled by states. States have the constitutional right to handle how the election is run in their state. Him implementing that real ID violates the Constitution. But states can still choose to go along and play ball, and Republican states will. I live in Colorado. It's a state that has one of the most transparent and best election systems in the country. And I hear a train. Did you hear that? Living in Colorado, I don't have to worry about the real ID. But Texas, being Republican ran, is on the verge of becoming, a Democrat place. It's the cities are taking over, the population is outpacing the suburbs, and eventually, Texas will be a blue state. Um, but they're fighting that with this real ID. That they're they're doing what they can to keep Texas red, while they still have control. Just like I expect them to do at the national level with Donald Trump after the midterms and everything like that. That there's no way in hell Trump is going to win elections right now. He's certainly not acting like he cares about winning them. He's not saying anything fucking inclusive or trying to get a voter, you know. So I don't expect them to win. I expect them to lose everywhere, even though they're gonna have ICE out blocking polling stations and doing what they can to screw with people. I expect all that, but I still think they're gonna lose. They're too unpopular to win. But then they're gonna stand at the podium and say, "We won. We won." Those guys are lying. It's a fucking fake news, and the media's gonna be like, "Oh, they said they won. They said they lost. Here's the weather," and they're gonna keep it. They're gonna stay in control, and we're not gonna get rid of these people until we make them go. There's no way in hell that those people are gonna accept anything short of full control after these elections, and I don't see how they get it. I don't see how they get it without cheating. There's no way. I mean, they're losing in Texas places and shit. I gotta get behind this fucking dump truck. Don't want to. How about the lights? Is there any light I can? I'm gonna try to get over here. Back off, bitch. My lane. That's what you can do. You can inch over into their lane, not enough to hit them, and they'll stop on a dime, and then you can just take their spot. That's how you cheese this game. Alright. Don't do that shit in real life. You suck if you do that in real life. But in the game, yeah, fuck these guys. I like how it's just called bank. I hear sirens. See, once I get my speed up over 20, I can do cruise control, and then I can just tap up to where I want. Once you have acceleration down, driving is easy. It's the steering is easy if you got the right speed. Alright, time to smoke a cigarette. We've got 8 hours and 19 minutes of driving. It's the middle of the night. I should stop. Nighttime driving is fun. It is nighttime as I'm recording this, so I might as well fucking drive at night. So what else has gone on in the world in the last 6 months since I've last recorded? I don't know. Shit. A whole bunch of people died. Surprising people. Don't remember who, but there were people that bothered me. It was like, man, not them. No. The Eric Dane thing is pretty fucked up because his age. Anytime somebody dies like under the age of 65 or 70, it's a tragedy. Not every death is a tragedy because nobody is given immortality, but dying too young is a tragedy. It's just James Vanderbeek, that was one. Dawson's Creek, man. Show I never watched. I don't think I've seen a single episode of that. But I did see the movie Rules of Attraction, which was he was the lead in, and I thought that was a good subversive movie. I enjoyed it. He was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, along with Jason Biggs. Uh, he was in Varsity Blues. I just watched that again on YouTube here a couple nights ago. Kind of a dick in that one, if you ask me, because there's no way. I just these high school quarterback movies, the guys are always such dicks. You know, it's like there's nothing to root for. Yeah, they all kind of learn their lesson in the end, but I don't know. I feel less for somebody if there's not something to root for at the beginning of their story. Then their come around at the end isn't is I don't know. It isn't as authentic, I don't think, because I think I think if you're a shitty person, you stay a shitty person, and no amount of lessons gonna fucking change that. But if there's a core of good and you just happen to be doing shitty things, you can learn out of that. Key example is that movie Johnny Be Good with Anthony Michael Hall. He's despicable through that whole fucking movie. But at the end, he finally stands up and well, I really want to go to the state college, and I was being a diva, but it's like every step of the way he's just fucking obnoxious. There's a fine line between obnoxious and still charismatic enough to be likable, like a lot of Jim Carrey stuff, and just being obnoxious. If I was Anthony Michael Hall's agent back then, I'd be like, dude, if you do this movie, you're gonna look like such an asshole that it's gonna ruin movies for you until you're 40. Wish I could play music. Theoretically, I can. I figured that out with the last video I did 5 months ago. I put an Iron Maiden song in the video, and they let it fly. And it's just I can never make money off that. Not that I expected to ever make money off of any of my videos. So it's like, fine. I don't need to make money. I just want the good song in my video. So this must be Texas. Don't mess with Texas. They want to know. They want to know what I got under the hood. I can stay here and rest. Drive in the morning. I still got time for that. The rest will be 10 hours, and I have 21 hours. So I'll have 11 hours to make it 6 hours away if I rest. I think I'm going to do that. I can drive during the day. 76,000 pounds. That's a good parking job. All right, bedtime. Wish I could control how much sleep it was. That's another reason why I don't like sleeping, because it, it's just a lot of things about the rest system in this need to be reworked before they like fucking they could start it now so that they could do it in future maps, but you need to be able to rest in more places. You need to be able to time out your rest better. And they could even implement, more interaction with like the stores and stuff as far as you know, things like Nodos, like give you an extra 2 hours driving time before you start acting weird if you pop a pill, and you can have a little inventory of 5 of those pills and you can re-up those at these gas stations where you fuel up. But I know that's the kind of shit that they would not want to endorse, that you got to be out there drugging yourself to fucking keep the trucking going, but that's the reality of it. I mean, that if this was a real simulation, Nodos would be a fucking thing. I say fucking a lot. I can't help it. I'm high and a little bit verbose because I haven't spoke a lot to a lot of people in a while. So you're getting all the word vomit, but a lot of fuck fillers, which I hate when people do that, and I notice when I'm doing it, but I can't seem to stop myself. I hear my brother on the phone talking to my mom, and he does that a lot. I gotta go down to the fucking gas station and check my fucking receipt because the fucking car was fucking full of, it just nonstop. And I try not to do that. I really do, but I get stone babbling and I can do it a lot. I try to follow the cautionary speed limits. It's at 55 here, so I'm gonna do that. Get back up to 65 once you get on the straightaway. Wants me to get over, and I will. Got 907 miles of gas, 300 miles of trip. Got my speed up to 60, and now we'll just cruise. I'm out of soda. So I guess I gotta smoke more pot. Home sale. Get your trailer here. Oh, I could have slept right there. Still can. Except that'll make me late. Don't late. Running out of things to say. I think I done ranted myself away. Oh man. I'm ranting my life away, looking for a better day for me. I think that's Eddie Rabbit. That's fucking nostalgia. Nostalgia, bitches. See, I said I threw the fucking in there, and I didn't have to. I didn't have to say bitches either. This is gonna go low. This is gonna go lower than 65, I'm sure. They're not just gonna let us cruise through town doing 65. Nope. We're gonna have to stop at a light. Give me a chance to put some more pot in my pipe. Put it in my pipe and smoke it. Oh yeah, this is good pot. Don't make me stop. Okay, good. Sometimes they'll just fucking stop halfway around the corner. The AI in this game is a little obtrusive. I think they have planned obstacles, things that intentionally get in your way to slow you down. And that's good programming when it's unnoticeable, but it's bad programming when you realize it's happening to you. When you're like, that guy just did that because some programmer said I needed to slow down through here. That's some bullshit. Oh yeah. I usually label these videos by the trip, like starting city, end city, and try to do one trip a city. And this isn't going to be that type of video, I don't think. It's just going to be a bunch of nonsense. That's a. I don't have a regular. I'll never have a following because I don't have a regular shtick because my I don't film these things to make like a channel. I said it one way back. They're just basically a video diary. I'm talking about where I was, what I was doing in the world at that time, how I felt about it on that day when I recorded that. and I play the video games as something to do while I discuss the shit. And so they're really not for the public, but I don't care if the public sees them, and sometimes I do want people to fucking see them, so I share them, and I don't know. I'm glad that this is a form of digital immortality that I'm gonna live on forever. Whether you know what I mean by that is this video is gonna be used to train AI forever. You know, it'll be a part of the data set that trains AI, and in that regard, yeah, I'm adding my little 2 cents to probably humanity's evolution, because I kind of think that we are gonna go extinct, but we're also going to evolve in the sense that human knowledge and culture is going to go on digitally after we're gone. You know, that AI and computers are going to carry our story and culture as their origin. But yeah, I mean, they're already issuing reports. You know, the smart people the smart, serious people who, with all the real information, are already saying it's too late for climate change. That they predict before the end of the decade there will be, you know, upwards of half the planet will be starved. That, you know, massive food shortages and all that shit's it's coming. It's coming, and we're doing it to ourselves. We did it to ourselves, and it's this idea that humans don't influence the fucking environment. It's like, I'm sorry, but there's historical analogies for this. There was a plankton that was, you know, hundreds of millions of years ago. That was 90% of the fucking life force on this planet was just this plankton that was covering the oceans. And what it did is it blocked out the ocean, and it totally changed the atmosphere of the entire planet, and caused mass extinctions everywhere. And it was all this one plankton that did that, you know. And if a single or a fucking whatever cell plankton can fucking cause an extinction due to overpopulation, don't think that humans can't. It, it's it's fucking ridiculous. What it is it's myopic thinking. It's people thinking within the span of their lifetime and only that, and that's what's destroying us. That these people have made deals where they don't care about destroying the future because they won't see it. It's better for me to live comfortably now at their expense than it is to fucking do anything that might help them in the future. I've never understood that, because my worries are not for my own mortality. My worries are for, you know, all of mankind. I, when I accept that I'm gonna die, what I don't like is not knowing where mankind is gonna go with all this. That it really feels like, I don't know. Feels like we're destroying everything, and I don't see a future for us. I mean, those movies where the end of the world happens, those are the ones that fuck me up the most. I get it, I'm gonna die, but I'm going to die easy with the idea that, hey, humans are going on. You know, people are going on. That whatever I did during this time will be carried on. But that's just not something, you know, that's realistic anymore. We are going to destroy this planet. All of the things that we could bitch about with Donald Trump is only going to get worse because it hasn't gotten any better since the day he came down. It's only gotten worse every day, and Fox News is out there fucking telling everybody, no, man, everything is great. This is fucking normal. In fact, you're insane if you think otherwise. Do I have to go up over the bridge here? I think I do. Just like we're gonna walk right off a cliff with this whole thing. Human beings. I don't see any hope, man. I really don't. I don't see I don't see anything changing. I don't see anybody incentivized to do the changing. Everybody is incentivized to hurt the thing that we want to fix. Um, and that's across the board in every institution you can think of. It Everything is perverted and out of control with unfettered capitalism, and I'm going to get mine, and it's just not getting any better. It's only getting worse. I think we used to, believe that elections are the answer. That you don't like what they're doing, vote them out. But we're about to find out that elections don't matter anymore. And I don't think anybody really knows where we are politically until November, and everybody's sitting waiting around to find out, and I don't think we're going to like the answer because, like I said, I think Republicans are going to lose probably the House, probably the Senate, probably both, and the, there's no way Stephen Miller and fucking Bannon and all them with their military and their headsets and those guys are not gonna fucking just let impeachments come, let ethics hearings happen, let fucking they're not gonna let any of that shit happen. There's no fucking way. I, no way that they're giving up the reins of power. It's gonna have to be taken from them, and that movie Civil War that recently came out with Kirsten Dunst, I think, kind of nailed it in that it's going to come down to state militaries attacking a tyrannical federal government. That's the only way we're going to be able to get that fucking dude out of there, or MAGA out of there, because he's going to die in office. But they're not leaving. And I know that's tinfoil hat shit, but it's not. They're fucking telling you. They're saying it. God, I hate this fucking country. I hate that I have to debate and argue things that are utterly fucking obvious. So where are we at here now? Planes are landing. 75 miles away. I forget where this trip was even going now. I'm just mindlessly following the red line. I could look at the map, I suppose. Oh yeah, Houston. We're down in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Too many fucking Republicans. Not really though. Apathy and people stayed home. They didn't expect this. I don't think Trump is popular. I think that's some bullshit. I think they're trying their best to tell you he's popular, but I don't think he is. I live in, like I've said multiple times, I live in Bobert's district. My neighbors are all assholes. They totally are, but they're not fucking psychos. You know, they don't want to run Venezuela. They don't want to take over Greenland, and they see fucking murder when they see ice snuff films. I have to believe that that what Trump is doing is not what he promised them. He said no wars. He said inflation fixed. He said fucking ending the swamp. He is the fucking swamp, and they have to fucking know it. We're coming to an end here. I see the convention center. I see my exit coming up. I think I'm gonna call it as a video at the end here of this trip because I need to get a soda and yeah. Who knows when the next video will come? I fucking don't know, man. I've never been regular about this shit. I don't expect anybody to really ever see what I'm saying right now. I do get some traffic to my videos, but I don't promote them. I'm not doing any of the fucking clickbait headlines or making thumbnails that fucking people care about. I this isn't like that. So I don't expect that there will be many clicks on this video, much less people that have stayed this long and watched the whole thing. And even those, you know, most of them probably turned down the volume and watch the road trip background, whatever. I hope I'm taking the right road here. God, I never know these weird fucking intersections. All right, 45, which means 30 up here. Running down the load, trying to loosen my load. 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna hold me, 2 that wanna scold me, 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy. See, nobody's gonna hear that. I don't have to worry about embarrassing myself with my music because nobody's gonna fucking hear me. But the AI will. The AI will be like, man, that ain't like Jay. He fucking sang. Okay, where do we gotta go here? Wait. That's out. This is the end. stupid entrance. Are you gonna scan me? Look at all them fucking cameras. Jesus. They wanna know. Looking at my skirt. Where do we gotta go to park this thing? We're over there, I think. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doobie. Doobie doobie doo. Okay, right there, I see it. The flashy flash. Any other trucks around? I'm going for it. Alright, so we've done a bunch of red states. Let's get a good look at the truck here in all her glory. I like pink, man. See, that's just fucking part of the woman in me, and it's like I've always been told not to express that kind of shit. You know that you're not a man. Fucking pink is awesome. It is. It's a fucking great color. Look at that. That looks fucking great. I don't know. I do know. I know what I'm talking about. I wish the trailer wasn't so red though at an angle. I think that's my. I gotta change the highlight because I think the cab has a white highlight and that one back there has a red highlight. So at the angle it gets red. Yeah, gotta do that. But still, it's a good looking truck. So let's enter this. Get our trip done. Nope, no company offers. I think that's gonna do it for the video actually. But hey, thanks for sticking around. If you did, peace out and all that other jazz. Keep fighting the good fight, man. Don't let them keep get you down. And yeah, that's the life advice that you come to expect from fucking bullshit on YouTube.